Sony hates Vita.
Yeah, apparently Sonya Blade. No, apparently Sony is not interested in a handheld console anymore.
Yeah.
So we had PS5 predictions, a video not too long ago, thinking it was going to go kind of where the Switch is, right on that hype train with the hybrid where you have the console and then you can bring it down to the I was going to say the walk along, the handheld.
Take it to the pier.
But apparently, it's according to their numbers, people aren't interested in handheld consoles anymore.
They're not even taking into consideration the fact that the Vita needs an $80 memory card, and they also had that disastrous, what was it? Wi-Fi doesn't really... 3G doesn't work well, like with portable multiplayer gaming.
Well, yeah, it's 3G.
Yeah.
3G barely worked on your phone to open Google.
Yeah, they said you'd be able to do it.
It was worse than dial-up sometimes.
So just don't do 3G next time, and also make regular memory cards.
Yeah, well, that's what they're looking at is numbers from 2004 when they brought out the PSP, and they're looking at the
well, compared to the DS. Don't compare it to the DS. Come on, the DS wrecked you. Don't do that.
Well, they're looking at numbers and they're watching a decline. It's like, well, obviously it's going to decline.
Yeah.
I mean, you come out with PSP, which sold great, and then you had the newer version of PSP, which had, better screen or stuff like that. And then, instead of coming out with a PSP 2 like everyone wanted, you come out with a PS Vita.
Which I like as a console. I just don't like the things it does.
Yeah. Well, from a console perspective, it does have a lot of hidden gems from what I understand.
Yeah.
Which
and
means
it's also comfortable to hold.
Yeah.
Unlike some of my 3DS model, which is just a new 3DS square, hurts the wrist sometimes after extended play.
I do like my 2DS XL. You should get it.
Yours is ergonomic.
You should trade one in.
Mine's Monster Hunter limited edition though, so I don't want to get rid of it.
No, don't do that.
Yeah.
But it's uncomfortable. So
yeah.
Sucks for you.
Yeah, sucks for me. Okay.
So basically, what they're saying is they want to stick with their video game platform, keep it in the living room, basically, instead of on the go.
That's not just video games; it's TV, music.
Oh, so they're kind of pulling up
everything that this article said about this one boss, the Sony boss said. What was it? Kaz Hirai, maybe somebody. I don't know. Some dude at Sony is sounding a lot like what Xbox was sounding like back in 2013.
Yeah, when they, for their E3 conference, when they first unveiled the Xbox One. Yeah. And everyone was like, okay. While you have PlayStation here going, oh yeah, we're making a system for gamers. You had Microsoft going, oh yeah, we're making a system for entertainment. This is kind of what it sounds like Sony's doing now.
Yeah, they're going with the one entertainment hub in your living room. They did also mention VR as a point that they want to focus on. And you continue. What are you going to say?
I was going to take a breath and then say that they're interested in VR because they put so much money into the hardware.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I feel like they're just pushing it because I guess it's doing well in Japan. They have I don't know if they use because they do have arcades that are based off of VR, but I don't know if they're using Sony products for that.
Yeah.
But they did invest a lot in the VR hardware, so
they just need to be...
I think they're just going to push that till it's just dead. Like, they're not going to be like, yeah, no, we're not worried about that. Don't worry about that.
Maybe they'll figure out what to do to make the VR platform good.
Get rid of the Move controllers.
Yeah, better controllers, better games, experiences on VR. I guess games might not be the only thing you want to focus on, just because it'll just end up being a PS4 game that could just be played on PS4.
Yeah.
And VR is just a thing.
Don't have to go outside the box.
Like 3D in movie theaters.
Yeah.
Like you don't really care about 3D. You just want to watch 2D cheaper.
Cheaper. You don't want to spend the $18 to watch a 3D movie.
And I already have glasses. I don't want to put 3D glasses on my glasses. It's just not comfortable.
You need 3 3D glasses.
Yeah.
To watch the movie.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
What was the other point I was going to do before I interrupted you and then I said, oh yeah. Also, they want to focus on...
Glad you remember.
They want to focus on smartphone games. They see potential in smartphone games.
Yeah, that...
Which,
For me, I don't play games on my phone. I mean, I'm 30 years old, so I'm a little different from kids in school that can have time to play the games on their phone. For me, my battery life barely makes it through the day as is. So for me to stop and play a game during lunch would kill my battery. So
my phone is almost always like at max data memory. Like I have to delete something to add something else. Mm-hmm. Like I played a little bit of Fire Emblem, but like every single time I have to load it up, I have to delete something.
Yeah,
because it's just never enough space, even while it's like installed in the game. Mm-hmm. So I just got rid of that, and I just don't play games on my phone because I prefer buttons rather than the touch screen.
Yeah, well, that's what most of those games, they utilize the touch screen. Yeah, they do that, and
I guess there's like those attachments that turn your phone into a controller, but I don't.
Yeah, they have a new one for Game Boy. You can play. It's like it looks like a Game Boy where you put your TV.
I think I saw something.
You
like
put
that,
your phone in there, and then I guess you can. If you have ROMs and stuff, you can use that for that.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. I mean, listen, a lot of people do use ROMs and emulators on their phone, which is good. But I just don't like the touchscreen stuff. It's not me.
Yeah.
I'd rather have a controller in my hand or even a handheld and do it that way.
Yeah.
Have the physical buttons there.
I remember I tried playing. I had like a Samsung phone before the iPhone. Mm-hmm. And I got an emulator. I got Mega Man X on my phone.
Yeah.
And I that game made me like momentarily hate Mega Man just because of the touchscreen controls, and I was just like, just jump.
Yeah, well,
just wasn't working. I
I
like Mega Man again, of course, but
you put the phone down, picked up a controller, and was like, "Wait a minute, you're all right.
There's something here. There's something there.
We can be friends again." Yeah. Yeah. For me, that's a little disheartening to hear that because I was kind of looking forward to maybe Sony competing with Nintendo and making another, like a hybrid system for their next thing.
Yeah.
Because Nintendo, that's awesome. A lot of people that do play the Switch, from what I understand, they don't really put it in their dock. They keep it on the handheld. They'll lay on the couch somewhere while their friend or significant other is watching TV.
Or significant friend.
Significant friend, pet, animal, the predator.
Yeah.
That's fine. But whoever, they're able to do two things at once. So, it's great. And it's just so weird for Sony to do that. I mean, Microsoft, we go back to that. Now they're saying all the right things, trying to do all the right things. And then you have Sony here saying, "Oh, we're not doing retro games again because they look ugly. No one wants to play them." False.
Also mobile only. Now on.
False.
PS5 is a phone.
PS5 is a phone, yeah. Well, that's another thing if they introduce a phone for themselves.
A phone you have to plug in to the living room to play.
As a dog to play in there and buy all the attachments for it for $1 million each.
Oh my god.
I'm in. I think that's
back
genius.
To the Genesis. The Sega CD.
The Sega CD, yeah. Well, you had the 32X attachment and then the Sega CD attachment, and
that's the final form all the way through.
It's great. And all those power adapters you had to plug in and burn down your house.
God.
So I mean, what do you think of this, Jonah? Final thoughts on that?
Like, I don't play my Vita often just because there's a specific set of games that are good on the Vita now. It's like Japanese games that are...
But they're expensive, right?
Yeah, and...
Because they're hidden gems. They're when they came out, a lot of people didn't buy them because not a lot of people bought a Vita because they wanted a PSP 2, which you didn't bring out. But anyway, and plus the Vita, there's a lot of lies that went into it.
Yeah, there's something... I just can't get over...
Like, and the $80 memory card.
Like, I can get over the 3G thing just because I can just use... I always plan to use Wi-Fi. I never cared about 3G. But, the memory card, that's just ridiculous. Who thought that was a good idea?
Like Sony did. Because no one wants to play retro games because they're ugly, and all games should be on mobile.
Yeah. Like...
Although they didn't say all games, I'm just saying,
What is it, like, 64 gig is like $90, $100?
That's ridiculous.
Terrible.
You can buy a SanDisk, $64, probably for, I don't know, $20 maybe, if it's on sale.
And you can give the Switch some shit for having, like, the memory cards needed for some games, like the NBA game. But that's just a regular SD card.
Yeah, that's not any...
It's not proprietary. Yeah. It might have, like... It might be, like, branded with, like, a Zelda or Mario on it. But,
SD card of your choice.
No, collect all 5. There's Mario, there's
Yeah.
Gordo.
See, the problem is here, Sony's doing so well with their...
I blanked on Nintendo characters. I don't know. I don't know
Kirby.
why. Kirby.
Donkey Kong.
Just continue.
Mario.
Move past this.
Why?
Move past this.
Ness.
Ness.
Star Fox.
Okay.
Captain Falcon.
Fantastic.
Falcon Punch.
Okay, we're just gonna slide down here.
Samus.
Okay.
What was I saying? Oh yeah, Sony. I don't know. What do you think? Because they're doing so well, Sony, right? Mm-hmm. So they can.
I think I said something about this before. They're gonna get comfortable with their lead, and then they're gonna mess it up, and then they're gonna flip. Xbox is gonna be on top.
Well, that's what I think. Xbox has the right idea. For some reason, I have a feeling that Xbox has this great long-term plan.
Yeah. And
if all goes in their favor, they're just gonna like everything's Microsoft themselves. I won't even just say Xbox because we don't know if they're gonna. It's just gonna be one thing. Yeah. But Microsoft is gonna come out on top on that. Like I said, everyone's still buying Sony. Destiny has a lot of Sony exclusive stuff, right?
Yeah.
And they're just they're paying for all that stuff and they're getting it. And Microsoft is still struggling, but it's just it has nothing to do with even just Microsoft. It's because they look at the Switch and I guess they commended them for doing well, but it's like at the same time they're like, oh yeah, no one wants to play handheld, but it's like, what? Really? If you came out now with a PSP2, people would jump on that at the right price, not their $80 memory cards.
Yeah,
people would jump on that. If you had something that looked like PS3 graphics on a handheld, to compete with the Nintendo, the Switch.
Some of the Vita games can hit the PS3 graphics. I think I'm not sure. Toki didn't look pretty good, which is like a Japanese game.
No, they did very well. Hunter, I always looked at PSP was a PS1 handheld.
Yeah.
Even better. Metal Gear Solid looked really good on that.
A PSP, I remember Crisis Core looked like a PS2 game.
Yeah. Well, PS2, I would say PS2. Even dumbed down PS3. So you can imagine if they came out with another handheld. It could. It would look great.
I doubt it would reach PS4 detail, but an end of the generation PS3
if they were able to come out with something that does 1080p
handheld,
handheld,
that'd be amazing.
Anything would look great.
But I'd settle for less as long as it means I get a cheap memory card or built-in 1 terabyte.
Uses Wi-Fi. Yeah. But who knows? I don't know what Sony's thinking. I don't know. Maybe there's a market out there. This is just our personal opinions.
I don't think Sony knows what they're thinking. There's 7 guys at the top, and they all have their own thoughts, and they all say different things. This guy over here hates retro games. This guy hates mobile. And this guy hears that they hate each other. And they're just like, wait, what's going on? Where are we going? What are we doing? I thought we were doing this.
They can't even meet in the middle.
Yeah, they never meet. They're just like, hey, we're winning. Let's just keep going. Keep
They're like, oh, hey, that Crash Bandicoot HD remaster came out, and it's doing well. The guy over here that hates retros is like, the hell's Crash Bandicoot? How'd you let this game slip by? No one's gonna want to play that. So, but anyway, guys, what do you think? What do you think of Sony's future? Would you have liked to have seen another handheld come out? How about another hybrid like Nintendo? Wouldn't that been awesome to have a PS5/PS5 mini handheld, so you can go on the go? Or do you actually play your games on mobile and we're just terrible people in general? But let us know down in the comments.
Wait, tweet at Sony #do better, because I want them to actually make a better handheld next generation.
Hashtag
do better Sony. Say Sony just to specify. People are confused.
Okay. Do better. I tie my shoes perfectly. How can I do better, Jonah? Okay. Anyway, do that. Thanks for watching.